It's time for What's Burnin' with Kevin KB Burns, presented by Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors. But first, please join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And now your host, Kevin KB Burns.
Hey, it's KB. Thanks for joining me right here on Lake TV for What's Burnin'. Another great episode coming your way. First and foremost, we want to thank the folks from American Elm for providing our holiday set. They've done a great job, and they've got plenty of home decor, holiday decor, whatever you need over there off of Highway 5 in Sunrise Beach. Thank you very much for that. Professor Jim Paisley is going to join us today for our history lesson. We'll be talking about Russia and the Ukraine, of course, back in the news yet again with a lot of tension that is going on. How will the world react, and what do you need to know? Professor Paisley will help us out. Tom Abbott with Iron Eagle Tactical joining us for round 2 of our Responsible Gun Ownership series. It's been a great opportunity to learn more about firearms, and when it comes to firearms, education is the key. Jacob and Carly Lamb with the Serving Table. They serve free meals out of the Key Gathering Place 2 nights a week, and with a very good cause in mind to help folks out for a lot of different reasons. We'll also take some time to head over to Ozarks Cat and Canine and meet Howie, an older gentleman, an older cat, who needs a good home. He really, really does. And that's what will kind of tug at your heartstrings a little bit. We'll also wrap it up with KB's Hot Take and talk a little bit about the smash and grab phenomena that is going on around this country and what maybe we can do about it. I want to thank all of my great sponsors, SRG Financial Advisors, the good folks at Bryant Auction, our veterinary at the lake, Ozark Barge and Dock, and Budget Blind. Stick around. We're going to set this place on fire with What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV.
At SRG Financial, we reduce the uncertainty on your journey to financial independence. Our foundational approach revolves around 2 things: what matters most to our clients and the things that we can control. The things that matter most often revolve around family, occupation, and recreation. The things we can control are a panoramic approach to financial planning, a strategy that stays fluid and dynamic like your life, and a proprietary process, the mile marker formula. If you want to reduce the uncertainty on your journey, contact us today.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds and Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Join Lake TV for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris, the Lake area's only local TV talk show focused on the Lake area. Local stories, local sports, and local events. Have a cup of coffee with Will and Chris weekdays at 8, 1, and 8 on Lake TV. Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Welcome back to What's Burnin' here on Lake TV. KB with you on our beautiful holiday set. And speaking of the holidays, Professor Jim Paisley is our guest, sir.
Good to see you, buddy.
Great to see you. Speaking of the holidays, some of you have reacted to a recent video on YouTube about my inability to deal with flies. I want to thank Jim's wife, Karen, a.k.a. Ralph, for this lovely fly swatter, which is going to go right over here and be within arm's length so that I can take care of any flies in the studio. So, Karen, thank you very much. And a very, very caring woman is your wife, Karen.
Yeah.
As you will notice, sometimes he comes in a little wobbly, but that's okay.
Yes.
We won't get into that. Professor Jim Paisley here today. We're going to talk Russia. We're going to talk the Ukraine because it is big news yet again.
Yes, it is.
And it seems every so often, about maybe every 10 years, there is an uprising in Russia in the sense that Putin would like to go and claim some more countries and take a little bit more land. And obviously the Ukraine offers a lot of things that the Russians would like. Interestingly enough, Putin and Biden had a little get together. I guess it was a couple of days ago. And I guess that went relatively well. We've heard that the folks in the Ukraine said any Russians come into the Ukraine, they're leaving in body bags. So there is quite a bit to discuss here on this particular edition of What's Burnin', so we'll let you dive right in there.
All right, so here's a couple of things to think about. Ukraine, when we say, Russia wants to expand and take over another country, what we need to remember is that Ukraine was actually a part of the Soviet Union. Right. Which, a lot of people, even today, I get a kick out of our national media because they get Russia and the Soviet Union confused. Because the country actually was Russia under the Tsars, Tsar Nicholas and Anastasia and that whole bunch. The whole thing was Russia, which is a huge country. It's 11 time zones, if you can imagine.
Oh,
I mean, it's massive.
What are we, 4?
Yeah, exactly. And so Russia, when Lenin and his boys took over, they came in, and he came in with Trotsky and Stalin. Lenin did, so there was 3 of them that kind of came in, and Stalin came up with this idea of taking the country and to be able to control it, they made 15 states out of all of Russia, and that became the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. And Ukraine was one of the states, one of the 15, and then others are like Azerbaijan and Turkmenistan, Latvia, Lithuania.
All hard to spell, by the way.
Yes, exactly. Well, what happened was, is they did that so that they could put one of their government entities in each one of the states and to basically control them. And Ukraine was just one such state. Now, think of Ukraine as being like our bread belt. They're the bread belt of Europe, basically, but think of it as being like Kansas and Nebraska, where we raised corn and wheat and all this and everything. Very big time, that's, it feeds all of Russia. Well, when the Soviet Union collapsed, what we saw happen is all of those 15 states then split off and they're doing their own thing.
Right.
Well, Ukraine decides, we don't want anything to do with Soviet Union anymore. And so they've split off and they can sell their grain to anybody. Now what's happened is that Russia, under Putin, they've been fighting like crazy trying to get Ukraine back in there. Because bottom line is they're having to buy food from wherever they can get it, and when they had the Ukraine, they could just take it, which is what they did. Now, that brings us to the issue at hand, in that we know they took Crimea a few years back, and they took that for the warm water port. But it's always been a goal to get Ukraine back under the control of Mother Russia. Now, another thing to think about is, I said the Soviet Union. Well, when all of this broke up, first when they put it together, they had the 15 states. Russia was one of the states, along with Azerbaijan and Turkmenistan. Russia was the biggest state. It was like Texas, okay? So it still existed. Well, when everything fell apart, Russia still existed. It's still the big state that's there. But all the others have split off, okay, including Ukraine. Now, under the Soviet system, and this is something to think about, folks, people keep saying we want socialism. Well, under this socialism system, what they did is everything that you owned now belonged to the government. And everything that you produced began to go to the government. Well, in Ukraine, being the farming community, what they did is when Stalin came to power after Lenin died, he said, you guys, you have to produce this much grain every year, and everything that you produce, it goes to a government warehouse, and from the government warehouse, we're going to ship it out, and everybody gets a portion of it. That's how socialism works. Well, the problem with that is the people in Ukraine are saying, well, exactly how is this going to work? Well, first off, you give up your farm. You don't own it anymore. We're taking it. The government owns it. Then we're going to send in government agents, and they're going to run the farm. And then everything you produce, we're sending off, and it gets distributed to everybody else. So everybody gets equal. Beautiful system, right? Well, the problem with that is that, the farmers weren't too keen on that idea.
No, I don't think so.
And, KB, it's kind of like I was saying the other day. If think of it here, if we went to a socialist society and the government came in and took over all of the farms here in Missouri and in Kansas and Nebraska, said, you don't own them anymore. Now, even though it's been in your family for 300 years, doesn't matter.
Sure.
It's not yours anymore. And then you're going to continue to work like a dog every day, to make this farm work. But everything that you produce, we're going to send it to a warehouse in, St. Louis or Kansas City. And the people said, no, niet, right?
Niet.
Yeah. And so what happens is that Stalin says, well, this is the way it works. And he now sends in his henchmen, all right? Now, his henchmen come in there and said, you're either going to do this, or we're going to ship you off to Siberia. Or worse yet, we'll just kill you right where you stand. And in the process of doing so, Stalin and his henchmen came in and killed 3.9 million farmers.
Wow.
Yeah, they called them kulaks, K-U-L-A-K-S. The kulaks, who were these farmers that owned this land, basically said, we don't want to be a part of this system, and instead, they just came in and killed them. So 3.9 million Ukrainians died.
So who did they replace these farmers with? Was it Stalin's?
Yes, what they did is they started killing them off, and some of them complied, but most of them said to heck with them. And they even went so far as they said, well, we're not going to give you any of the stuff we have. And so they started burning their own fields, slaughtering their own cattle and all, And what was interesting about that, this is in the harvest time of the year, and they said, we'll show them, and they killed everything off, burned the fields, and went, take that. And then they looked at each other and they said, you got anything to eat? Yeah, and therein was the problem. Yes. So what happened was, it's kind of a trickle-down type of thing. Because the kulaks weren't willing to give up this stuff, and the government is slaughtering them left and right, now there's no harvest that year. And when there was no harvest that year, there's no food to go to the government warehouses, which then got sent to places like Moscow and St. Petersburg, where all the rest of the Russians are. They don't have any food. And 60 to 90 million Russians died.
From starvation?
60 to 90 million died of starvation.
Wow.
So while people were talking about Hitler killing off 6 million people, Stalin is over here, kills off 60 to 90 million of his own people, starved them to death, because the kulaks would not comply with his socialist policies.
Oh, man.
I know. And so now here we are, moving back to current times, we've got our friend Putin is trying to pull Ukraine back into the fold under the same type of system. Well, it's 2 generations later, but the kids that were there now, the ones that are on those farms, are saying, I remember what they did to Grandma and Grandpa, okay? And so they are going to fight to the death to keep this from happening. Now, you asked another question is, okay, so when you got rid of all the farmers, what did you do? Well, what they did is they just simply went and grabbed people from the other provinces in the Soviet Union, and you're living in Estonia, and the next thing you know, They come and get you, load you on a truck, and ship you all the way to the Ukraine, and you're working on a collectivized farm producing food. Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not, yes. And so this got to the point where, you know, the people are just, you know, at the mercy of a government run amok. And all of it being done in the guise of saying, this is for the greater good. You know, you need to produce this food and everything so everybody else can have some. You know, so when you start looking at a true socialist society, you know, there's people got to give some stuff up so everybody else can have something.
It seems to me, though, that you get put in a position like that, and maybe you say you're going to comply with the government, but, oh gosh, maybe the farm, you know, as you said, caught on fire, or maybe there was an accident and it contaminated all the water that we use for the crops, or maybe we say we're going to comply, but we're going to do as little as possible. Oh, maybe just enough to get by? Maybe not. It'll teeter right there.
Exactly.
And so I can see this being quite the issue for these people. But at the same time, in the day and age that we live in, and Putin wants to go and reclaim the Ukraine for Mother Russia, do you think that the rest of the world is going to stand by and watch this take place? Now, the United States is talking about giving some sort of aid to the Ukrainians in the form of military items, missiles, rockets, whatever they need. But where does this position everyone else in this great debate?
That's a great question in that, first, you can think of it, let's go back to Kansas and Nebraska. Can you see Kansas and Nebraska taking on the U.S. government, the federal government, our military? So right there you can see it's a little lopsided, so they're going to have some help. The second thing is that Biden and his administration are counting on NATO to step up and help.
Exactly.
All right? There's an issue with that, though, in the fact that, you know, Germany would probably be the one country that could have a huge influence on how this goes. The issue is that first off, Germany is invested in their manufacturing and a lot of other things rather than their military. It's down to just 1.4% of their GDP. And in addition to that, they just finished this pipeline we heard about that they approved. Well, the oil that's coming up and going through Russia and heading into Western Europe is all for Germany. So the Germans, going into the winter, are faced with, you know, do they really want to declare war on Russia over Ukraine, or do we just turn around and say, sorry, and they continue to get the oil they need in order to heat their homes and make it through the winter?
Well, we'll obviously keep a very close eye on this, and we appreciate, as always, the great history lesson and the opportunity to understand these events much better and get a grasp of what's really going on despite what you hear in the news.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, buddy. Appreciate
Professor
it.
Jim Paisley here on What's Burnin'. We'll take a break. Back with more on Lake TV.
Hey everyone, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. Man, outside right now, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, have no idea what's going to happen. We might as well just stay inside, relax, and have some fun. To do that, what are you going to need? How about some new furniture? Come see us at Slumberland Furniture at the Lake, where we have tons of stuff in stock, on sale, and ready to go. Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
What is COMC? A health center where everyone has access to high-quality, affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Offering primary care, preventative, chronic, pediatrics, and OBGYN. COMC even offers comprehensive dental and same-day emergency care. A health center that focuses on every aspect of your health. Everything your family needs to stay healthy. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Your time on the water is limited, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach knows it. Let us do the shopping so you can maximize your lake time. With our Isles online app, you can have your groceries delivered or ready for contactless pickup when you arrive to the lake. With all your grilling favorites, snacks, fresh produce, and home to the lake's largest wine, spirits, and beer department, your weekend at the lake starts with Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, where you'll find a helpful smile in every aisle.
Back at Iron Eagle Tactical Gun Shop, and we're with our good friend Mr. Tom Abbott. We're continuing our responsible gun ownership series, and we've taken the time to kind of give folks an idea about safety and storage. Now we're going to talk about purchasing the actual firearms, and so in order to do that, what are some of the things we need to keep in mind?
Well, there are a couple of different styles of pistols, and that's what we want to cover today. You have your revolver, and then you have your semi-automatic.
Right.
We're going to focus this primarily on personal concealed carry and protection. So we'll look at some of the smaller guns. We may get a few of the bigger ones out later. But primarily, I want the viewer to know the difference between when we say a revolver and where it fits into its application. And they do have applications in personal protection and concealed carry. And then the semi-automatic, which is what most people are most familiar with now. Back in the cowboy days, everything was a revolver. But as the semi-automatic became prominent in the early 1900s, 1911 as being one of the more common dates for the semi-automatic to come in. But let's move over to the bench, KB, and I'll explain. I'm better at showing people than I am telling people sometimes. What we have here, and as you'll notice, both of these firearms are in holsters that cover the trigger. That's important whenever you're looking at a holster. But these are the two types of firearms that we deal with primarily. I'm going to pull this out, going to clear it, make sure. So this is a revolver, and it gets that terminology because this cylinder revolves. Every time you pull the trigger and pull the hammer back, it will revolve to the very next hole. So this is a 5-shot 38 special. And we'll go over the calibers, in another episode here. But this is very commonly used in concealed carry, sometimes as a backup gun. Some people want to carry two guns. You have an outside available gun, and then this could work as in your boot gun.
I was going to say a boot gun.
With an ankle holster. This is also easy to put in a backpack or in a briefcase, purse, things like that, and we'll cover.
I don't know that from personal experience, by the way, but I know they make purses that women can carry firearms.
They do, and same thing with backpacks and anything like that. The thing about that is it's not attached to your body, so you are responsible for that. If you'll set your purse down while you're having lunch, or for whatever reason, or in your cart while you're at Walmart, somebody can grab that purse, there goes your gun. So there's pros and cons of having that. But we go over that in the concealed carry class as well.
Very good.
So let's get back to the basics. This is a revolver, and it's pretty easy to figure out why it's a revolver, because this cylinder revolves. There's no safety on it. The safety, again, is the fact that my finger is outside of the trigger well. This is a double action revolver, and by double action means that by pulling the trigger it does two or more things. So we know this is unloaded. There's nothing in this cylinder here at all. So I am going to pull the trigger on this one, but I want to show you the difference between single action and a double action. In a double action revolver, when I'm pulling this trigger, the hammer's coming back, the cylinder is rotating as well. When I get back to the break point, it slams forward. There's a pin on the end of the hammer. It hits the shell and sends the bullet down range. So that is double action. It's doing two or more things. Rotating the cylinder, pulling the hammer back, dropping the hammer, and in the firing position. In a single action setup, you can pull this back. All right, see how this trigger comes back?
Yes.
against the frame a little bit better. So you don't have that long pull. There's not a hesitation there. It doesn't take time. It has just a very limited amount of pullback before it releases this.
Very almost what they call a hair trigger.
It does.
You have to learn to differentiate between the two.
Right. And so whenever you're dealing with this particular firearm, if you pull it out in a self-defense situation, typically you're just going to go into double action mode. You're just going to pull the trigger. From an accuracy standpoint, and if you notice, this only has about a 2-inch barrel on it. This gun is accurate to about 10 feet. I mean, in all intents and purposes. But in the idea of self-protection and a concealed carry, that's really all you're concerned with. You know, you're not here to shoot somebody that's 25 yards away with you with a revolver.
Most of the time it's going to be
they're going to be on
close
you.
range.
Right. So that's the place for this particular style of gun is somebody in a self-defense situation, they are on you. All right, and you want to get them off of you. Again, we're going to put this back in its holster. This is a similar sized gun, only in a semi-automatic.
Right.
All right. Again, has a holster that covers the trigger well. This is a Kimber, what they call a Micro 9 9mm. It's a semi-automatic. By semi-automatic, that means this slide does all of the work of the cylinder, where the cylinder's rotating to load a different round. This slide does the same thing. When it slides back, it picks one up out of this magazine. And again, I've checked these before we went on air to make sure that there was no ammunition in the magazine. So I take the ammo source away from it. I'm going to rack this back. Again, I'm going to visually look inside there.
Right.
Would you concur?
I will.
All right, so there's no ammunition in this firearm. You notice it locks the hammer back. That's okay on this gun. You keep the trigger up on that, or the safety up on that, and that will not let it go off. And in a lot of cases, this style of pistol is carried with that hammer back. So, and by the semi-automatic, what happens, as soon as I take the safety off, and you'll notice this is as a blade style trigger, it doesn't move very far either. Much like the pistol in single action. So accuracy with this is much better than shooting this in double action. And you don't have to think about it. Whenever the hammer's back, pull that, bang, goes bang. So whenever that goes forward, this is going to cycle, pick up the next round off the magazine, throw it back in the chamber, keep that hammer back, pull the trigger, goes bang. It does all of this semi-automatically. I want to say automatically, but you still have to pull the trigger every time you want it to go bang. So these are the two most common types of firearms used in concealed carry, personal protection, target shooting, things like that in today's world.
So we will graduate up to the next level.
We will. This is your concealed carry setup. Let's go to the bigger framed, maybe what I would consider a range gun, or something if you want to, if you're in law enforcement or you want to open carry. I'm going to take these two, place them over here so that we don't get confused.
So Tom went to the gun safe, and we've graduated quite extensively here, Tom. We've gone from a 38 and the Kimber 9 to a 44 the 44 Magnum handgun, and then the 1911, which is a 45. So, wow, that's quite the quite the graduation.
These are two extremes.
Right.
These are not concealed carry guns, but they're fun guns to shoot, and they're very accurate, and they have their own responsibilities, I would say. The 1911 can be carried. They make a shorter version of this. It comes in a 45 ACP, 45 caliber, and we'll go over the different caliber sizes, but just a simple explanation is the bigger the number, the bigger the bullet. That is basically how, so a 44 Magnum versus the 38, so 44 is bigger than 38 considerably, and we'll show those. But I just thought the viewers might like to see the differences in size between, say, you know, a 38 concealed carry gun and my own, one of my personal favorite hand cannons, I like to call it. And you'll see that later on when we do get out to the range with these things. It's got a little bit of a kick to it.
Just a little.
Yeah, might want to have a wrist brace ready when we're done with this one, but just a little bit of fun. Again, first thing we're going to do is kick that cylinder out and make sure that there is nothing in that cylinder.
Empty.
One of the things you'll notice, this is a 5-shot, this is a 6-shot, much bigger frame. This is the modern version of the old West 6-shooter. and that's why they call them a 6-shooter, because they typically held 6 shots. Those were typically in either 44 or 45, 45 Long Colt being one of the brands. But, you know, these are the modern version of the old style pistols that won the West. Not quite a dirty, hairy gun, but very similar. But this is a 45 or a 44 Magnum, stainless steel, polished stainless steel, fun to shoot. The 45 is the semi-automatic version of the little Micro 9 Kimber that we just showed. Only it's in a bigger version, 45 caliber. And it is also, again, semi-automatic. We've got the magazine out.
Yes.
I'm going to lock this slide back. So again, we can see in there that there's no bullets, no projectiles in there. The magazine source, which is the ammo source, is out of it. This is a fun gun to shoot. It does have a compensator on the front, so it keeps the nose from wanting to kick up. 45 is a decent caliber. So
it's a nice thing about firearms these days. There's a lot of things you can add to them. Plenty of add-ons, something like that. You know, and also things to suppress the flash. A lot of other things.
That's what keeps Iron Eagle Tactical in business. We
That's
sell
right.
a lot of accessories for firearms. So yes, there. You know, you're either, you know, when you're a hot rodder and you want to buy wheels and superchargers and all that stuff for your cars, you want to buy the same types of accessories for your guns.
So we spent some time today with Tom Abbott from Iron Eagle Tactical, looking at the variety of handguns that you might consider, anything from a 38 Special and a Kimber 9 all the way up to a 44 Magnum or that 1911, a beautiful 1911 45 that I'm sure you're very proud of, a great firearm to have in your collection.
One of the few firearms I'll never sell.
That's right. So we're going to wrap up this segment of Responsible Gun Ownership with Tom, Iron Eagle Tactical. What are we going to tackle next episode?
Well, now that we've learned the different types of guns, we're going to learn the types of calibers that they shoot. And the caliber is the size of the bullet that goes in each gun. So we want to break it down from a concealed carry standpoint, from a home protection standpoint, and what the different types of ammunition are.
We'll do that next time right here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
Most people don't know which direction they're heading when it comes to retirement, whether they're still on the journey or already there. At SRG Financial, we have a process, the mile marker formula, that helps you pursue your work optional lifestyle, so you can focus on what's most important to you, like your family or checking off those bucket list items. Start taking the first step toward finding your work optional lifestyle. Call us today at 573-302-7212.
Want to get to know local leaders a lot better? Join Lake TV for a new Community Spotlight show weekdays at 9, 3, and 7. We talk with local leaders to get their story and learn more about their organizations. It's the Community Spotlight show on Lake TV.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Hey, it's KB here on a beautiful fall night. What's Burnin' Lake TV? We are in Camdenton on South Business 5 at the Key Gathering Place. Why? Well, this is the home of the Serving Table. They serve meals to folks, anybody, for free 2 nights a week, Wednesdays and Thursdays. We're going to go in and talk to the folks that head up the Serving Table. That would be Jacob and Carly Lamb. They're inside. Let's go find out what's going on here with the Serving Table. Hey, we're inside the Key Gathering Place with Jacob and Carly Lamb. They run the serving table on Wednesday nights and Thursday nights. And it's a great place for people to come no matter what you're doing. Come by and grab a free meal. They've always got something cooking here with the serving table. Carly, tell us a little bit about the background. Give us some background on the serving table.
So the serving table has been here since 2017. We started out with just doing one night a week. Our goal and mission is just to provide free hot meals to the community and just really to show love to the community and bring the community together. About 6 months later, we tried to do 2 days a week, and so we do Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesdays is from 2 to 6 p.m., and then Thursdays is from 5 to 8 p.m. So mainly our goal is just really to share meals and love and just really bringing the community together.
Well, that sounds like a great goal, and I wish more people kind of had that in mind. But again, it's a nice opportunity. You know, if you're out doing your thing and maybe you don't feel like having dinner, you can come by the Key Gathering Place and meet with Jacob and Carly, and they'll set you up. By the way, what's on the menu tonight? It smells good.
We have turkey vegetable soup.
Just in time. A week after Thanksgiving. Sounds to me like you're making good use of that turkey.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Now, you guys, this isn't the first time you guys have been involved in something like this. Have you had some other projects that you've done in the past?
Yes. So we lived in Rolla. This was back in 2014 before we had moved here, and we had started something there in our church. So our church had a laundry service down in their basement, and we thought, actually it was my husband who had it on his heart, that if these people can't afford to do their own laundry, then they probably need to eat too. So we started serving meals to them, and that grew. So now that actual place is it's like almost like a shelter. So they do meals. They have a laundry service. They help people get in and off their feet. And it's grown so much. So we're hoping that through everybody's help in the community and through donations that we can eventually grow the serving table to be something like that, where we can come together and just really help one another.
Well, I know the goal is to do at least 5 nights a week. That's eventually the goal. You'd like to be open Monday through Friday. And I don't know if you're talking about maybe doing something on the weekends or not, but this is something that you primarily do out of your own pocket. A lot of folks come in and they get the free meal, and you guys pay for it. So a little donation here and there wouldn't hurt at all.
That'd be great for donations and stuff. And the place in Rolla, that's called the Mission, and it blew out of the water.
Yeah.
More than I ever could imagine.
Well, you got to start somewhere, and so they've decided to take the show on the road. They moved here to Camdenton. You've lived here in Camdenton for a few years, and you know you've got good health and good fortune, and so you guys just basically would like to give back to the community. And again, if there are people out there that would like to donate to the serving table, Carly, how can they do that?
So there's actually a Facebook page. If we have a Facebook page, you just go onto Facebook and you can type in the serving table, and then you'll scroll down and you push sign up. So it says there's a sign up button, and it'll take you right to the place where you can donate. It'll say what you'd like to donate, and then it'll tell you what spot you'll click the serving table, and it'll take you step by step where you can donate.
That's awesome. Well, folks, as you know, we've got all kinds of great people that live here at the Lake of the Ozarks, and people that are always willing to reach out and help the community in any way that they possibly can. And like I said, these are free meals. Anybody can come by and enjoy them, right?
Yes, anyone. We've had such good family now. We have a good group of people that come in regularly, and we're all family, and we just love each other, and that's what we want to build in this, is just community and love, and why not do it with yummy food that my husband cooks from scratch.
Now, right? Now, let me ask you a question real quick. As far as cooking, is that something you've learned to do on your own, or do you have a little background there?
I've learned it all on my own.
Yeah, and who taught you?
Myself.
Yourself. You're a self-taught cook. That's great.
Yep. I just wing it most of the time, and it comes out good.
You wing it most of the time. I can't, I have trouble boiling water. And he says, I could wing it some of the time, and it always comes out good. What inspired you to start cooking?
It's just something that was put on my heart. I believe God put it on my heart to start this, so that's where the mission came from, and we just want to see it grow into something bigger to help more people and to bring community together. And we just want to say a thank you to Bill and Peggy for letting us use the Key as the place for this and opening up the door for us here.
And I will also say that this is the home to Key Radio, and normally I'm over in the next room with Bill, and we're doing the radio show Monday through Friday, and you can come in anytime and hang out with us from 8 until 10 in the morning. But I encourage everybody to take an opportunity to come by and meet Carly and meet Jacob and to participate in what they've got going on with the serving table and all the great work that they're trying to do. Again, the goal is to be open at least 5 nights a week, right now Wednesdays and Thursdays. And Carly, give us the time on the Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. and Thursdays, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
You really got to love people that reach out and want to help the community the way these two do. They've got their family and friends here. We've got a good group. We're having a lot of fun. It's just a nice evening to come in and enjoy a warm meal. And certainly we've been fortunate the last couple of weeks to have some decent weather. But it's going to get cold. And when it gets cold, a nice warm meal like the turkey dish that they have for you here tonight would be spot on. Guys, thanks so much for what you're doing. We appreciate it, and it's so great to have the opportunity to talk with you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anytime. Jacob and Carly Lamb with the serving table here at the Key Gathering Place on Wednesdays and Thursday evenings. Come on down, enjoy a free meal, and if you enjoy your meal, why not throw a little something their way to help them out? And like I said, they do most of this out of their pockets, so every donation counts. And we appreciate you checking us out as well right here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
Moving to the lake is a lot of work, but not with Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. For packing up and delivering to your new home or simply loading and transferring your belongings, Sunrise Movers is the easy choice for your next move. Sunrise Movers packs your possessions extra carefully, shows up on time, and strives for 5-star customer service every time. Sunrise Movers, the official movers of Lake TV. Give us a call today to get a free estimate. Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
KB here on What's Burnin', KB's Furry Friends, presented by our veterinary at the lake. And, well, we've got a guy. Normally we have, cats that are a couple of years old, and sometimes even kittens, they have them here. But on occasion, they get a cat, And they have one here, and his name's Howie, and Howie's about 17, 18 years old. And what we're asking is for somebody to come in and kind of provide maybe a temporary place for Howie to live. Could be days, could be weeks, could be months. But Howie's probably already lived the best years of his life, and he's kind of on the way out a little bit, but certainly he still needs love, still needs attention, still needs care. And so Mary Miami Tilly is with us. Let's talk a little bit about Howie and what you'd like to do.
Okay. Well, Howie was brought in as a stray. A lady had seen him outside, looked like he was in very rough shape, very skinny, and she had concerns about him, so she asked if she could bring him in so we could try to get him some medical care. The vet believes that he's probably around 17 to 18 years old, and he has definitely seen some life.
Yes.
Don't know how long he's been outside, if that was all his life, but I kind of doubt that, because he is so friendly and so loving, and he wants to he'll lay there and roll over on his back and let you pet his belly and love all on you. But he, the vet believes that he's relatively healthy for his age and all of what's going on with him, but he definitely has thin skin that gets wounds very easy. And he's just, lived a life, and we don't know how much time he has left. But for whatever time that is, we would like for him to be in a home where he can get the attention that he craves and be loved on and cared for. So don't necessarily know that he's lived the best of his life already, but we would like for his remaining time to be that.
That's essentially what they're looking for. Just somebody who can spend a lot of time with Howie. So, maybe if you're retired, or if you can just dedicate a good portion of your day and maybe even your night to Howie's care, just giving him some love, making sure he has any medication that he needs, any food, that would be greatly appreciated. So come on down and you can meet Howie. Of course, we've got some pictures of Howie that you'll see while we're doing the interview here, but all in all, he just needs a good home, right, Mary?
Right now, he's not actually on any meds at the moment. We do have him on some canned food, special canned food, and some extra liquids and things to help supplement that, because he was so skinny when he came in. But he shouldn't be too hard to actually care for. And we would consider if somebody wants to adopt him and take that on, but we would also consider a long-term foster for him as well.
Sure. And again, the main thing, folks, is just attending to his needs and taking good care of him and giving him lots of love and, letting him enjoy his old age. That's what that's what we all want when we get old, just be able to enjoy our old age. You guys have got an event coming up here at Ozarks Cat and Canine this Saturday, as a matter of fact, and that would be December the 11th.
So it's actually not going to take place here at the shelter. It's going to be at Petco in Osage Beach.
Oh, great.
We're going to have pet photos with Santa. We do this every year, and all the money that is taken in comes back to help the shelter animals. That's going to be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on this Saturday, the 11th.
With a very patient photographer. So the event will be at Petco this Saturday, December the 11th, from 9 until?
2.
9 until 2, very good. Well, bring your pet out, dress them up however you want to dress them up. I do have this little pet peeve against dogs and clothes, but if it's for the holidays, like a hat or maybe some little booties or something, whatever you want to do, there are always exceptions. But again, we want to remind folks, don't forget about the special Christmas tree that you have out here too.
Yep, we have our angel tree set up in the lobby now. You can come in and pull a tag off that gives suggestions on what we need here. They can pull a tag off and then bring it back starting on the 13th, and we will have special OKK9 keychains for them in return.
Ozarks Cat and Canine located right off of Highway 5 here in the Sunrise Beach area. And your hours of operation?
Monday through Saturday from noon to 4.
Mary, as always, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's find a home for Howie, please, somebody. He's such a... The poor guy's down here and is peeking his head out over here, but he's such a good old guy, and he just wants a little love. That's all he's asking for Christmas this year. KB here again. Thanks to our friends at our veterinary at the lake. Thanks to the staff here at Ozarks Cat and Canine, and thanks to you for checking us out on What's Burnin' here on Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
It's our most protective wash yet. Introducing the Quick Car Ceramic Wash. It's an industrial-grade polymer solution with ceramic nanotechnology, resulting in high-end, advanced scientific protection of your vehicle's finish. The Quick Car Ceramic Wash. Try it on its own or with the monthly Unlimited Wash Club today. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
At SRG Financial, we reduce the uncertainty on your journey to financial independence. Our foundational approach revolves around two things: what matters most to our clients and the things that we can control. The things that matter most often revolve around family, occupation, and recreation. The things we can control are a panoramic approach to financial planning, a strategy that stays fluid and dynamic like your life, and a proprietary process, the mile marker formula. If you want to reduce the uncertainty on your journey, contact us today.
Hey everyone, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. Man, outside right now, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, have no idea what's going to happen. We might as well just stay inside, relax, and have some fun. To do that, what are you going to need? How about some new furniture? Come see us at Slumberland Furniture at the Lake, where we have tons of stuff in stock, on sale, and ready to go. Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
Hey, we're back here on What's Burnin', and we've got KB's Hot Take. And something that I think a lot of people are hearing more and more about in this day and age is the new fascination with the smash and grab. You've got a lot of people going into a store, and their intent is to steal merchandise. Essentially, just smash a jewelry case, for example, grab what you can grab, get the heck out of there, and then return it to somebody who has put this little group of thieves together. And that is how the smash and grab works. They have what they call crews that are headed up by somebody that lives in the area. They pay these kids, these young kids, most of them with no criminal record, anywhere from maybe $500 to $1,000 to go in, smash, grab, and get whatever you can. And then they take it back to the crew leader, and the crew leader then turns around and distributes it to other parts of the country. We've even had an episode here, not necessarily a smash and grab, but allegedly a man walked into a department store, loaded it up with goods, walked out the door, and no one bothered to stop him. So what do you do in the instance of the smash and grab? Because I fear that with smash and grab, they're going to take it to the next level and the next level and the next level to finally you get to a point where nothing is sacred anymore. There's no one that essentially is following the law. There are obviously law-abiding citizens, but opportunists, I guess, is maybe the best way to put it, that look at this as just something more or less as a slap on the wrist, because a lot of places they don't prosecute for the smash and grab. A lot of places they just say, don't interfere with anybody who's involved with the smash and grab because, well, the merchandise isn't as important as an employee's life. But there are some people who are getting tired of it. There are some people who are wanting the police to do more. Law enforcement, well, I guess one of the problems they talk about, fewer cops in Democrat cities, reduced funding, and the jab or your job group. As I said, a lot of people don't really prosecute. These DAs don't really prosecute criminals for a certain amount, let's say like 1,000 or less, they don't prosecute. Because of fear of lawsuits, employees are trained, as I mentioned, not to interfere. Thanks to government schools, a lot of these young bandits have no fear of God in them. The family destruction has bred many fatherless boys into young men without restraint. Those are some of the reasons why. What they need to do, you think? Maybe tell others the Black Lives Matter to fund the police agenda, the medical tyrants, the jab or your job threat, and politicians releasing criminals into communities are all causing the scary rise in crime. So what do we do? How do we handle it? I'd love to hear your comments on this. The smash and grab, send them to me at KB@MyLakeTV. That's KB@MyLakeTV. What do you think we need to do for the smash and grab? And that's KB's Hot Take for the day. I hope we get some listener feedback on this one.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Most people don't know which direction they're heading when it comes to retirement. Whether they're still on the journey or already there, at SRG Financial we have a process, the mile marker formula, that helps you pursue your work optional lifestyle so you can focus on what's most important to you, like your family or checking off those bucket list items. Start taking the first step toward finding your work optional lifestyle. Call us today at 573-302-7212.
A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
As always, I want to thank you for joining us and remind you to join us for a new show every Thursday. We run it 7 days a week, 7 a.m., 5 p.m., and 11 p.m. right here with What's Burning. Thanks to all my great sponsors. We're going to thank the good folks and wish everybody Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year at SRG Financial Advisors. Also the good folks at our veterinary at the lake, Rick Bryant Auction, Budget Blinds, and Ozark Barge and Dock. Thanks so much for sticking with us. We've got a new episode coming up. We'll continue on with our series next week. Another great series, the Iron Eagle Tactical Responsible Gun Ownership Series. We're also going to meet the Soap Sisters. It's all coming up next time right here on What's Burning on Lake TV.